Folks, this coming Saturday is going to be a Saturday and a half. At the famous Tononoka grounds, Mombasani, the stage is set for the most interesting BBI gathering ever. And how we got here is even more dramatic, because very shortly after the Deputy President told us, "Keep me out of your BBI meetings," Team Tanga did a complete 360-degree turn, or an about turn, and said they would participate in BBI meetings. And some political analysts are saying that Kenyans should not be fooled. Yeah, nothing has changed. All that is happening is that Tanga are attempting to do a Tinga on the BBI. What is a Tinga? Tinga, from the word tinga, which means tractor, describes the Raila Odinga move that destroyed mighty KANU in 2002. It is a Trojan horse move. Rather than destroying something from the outside, which is harder, you do it while you're inside. For the sake of younger Kenyans following politics, this is what happened. Raila Odinga's NDP party, in the run-up to the 2002 general elections, abandoned the opposition and joined the ruling party KANU in a merger that was supposed to form a new political outfit called New KANU. And to cut a very long story short, a story full of twists and turns and surprises, when Raila left KANU, it was greatly weakened. And he left with quite a number of political heavyweights. And while these political heavyweights were not ready to join the then weak opposition, they were more than willing to join the LDP, Raila's party of KANU defectors, which later merged with the opposition's NAK to form the National Rainbow Coalition, that swept through victory in that particular general election, putting Mwai Kibaki into power. And for all intents and purposes, finishing completely KANU, which remains today a shell of what it was originally. Anyway, that is what a Tinga move is. And many people believe that Team Tanga want to fight the BBI from within. And proponents of the BBI have even come out and warned Team Tanga from disrupting the Saturday Mombasa meeting. In my view, the Saturday meeting could well end up being an anti-climax, in that Kenyans will be expecting a lot of fireworks. But in the end, the most likely thing that could happen is that there will be no fireworks. And I could be wrong. Let's just wait and see. You see, when you're analyzing politics, you have to consider the strengths of each side. And the people making decisions high up in the hierarchy of the BBI movement did not enter politics yesterday. Indeed, some of them went into politics long before the vast majority of subscribers to this channel were born. But then it is also true to say that Team Tanga has a lot of young and hungry politicians, some of whom on a good day can get very creative and give us some big surprises. Anyway, let us wait and see. But what I wanted us to focus our attention on today is a possible prediction on how this Team Tanga versus Team Keleweke duel will end. The expectation and the excitement of most Kenyans is that at the end of it, we will see a really big guy falling, defeated by the other side. But history has proven to us again and again, that famous saying, when elephants fight, it's the grass that gets hurt. None of the two elephants fall. They walk away, yes, with wounds, to live, to fight for another day, but they don't fall. The damage most of the damage ends up being done to the grass. And it has happened over and over and over again. The 1982 coup, the Golden Bug scandal, the Anglo-leasing scam, and even with Team Keleweke versus Team Tanga so far, or round one, if you want to call it like that, that is exactly what has unfolded. Let me explain. To this day, Kenyans do not know the details of the 1982 coup attempt. Who exactly was the main mastermind behind that coup attempt? If we were to believe the official story, then a very junior law-ranking officer called Ochuka was the main person responsible. And he paid for it with his life. Yes, he was hanged. But anybody who has been in the military will tell you that it is impossible for a law-ranking officer to organize something like that. Not in Kenya. Maybe in distant Liberia, where a law-ranking sergeant, Doe, carried out a successful coup some decades ago, but not in Kenya. Bottom line, ndovu zilipigana, lakini nyasi ndo iliumia. Carefully examine all those other cases I've mentioned, and you'll find that this is also true. And in the current Team Tanga versus Team Keleweke duel, if we were to believe that actually the fight against corruption has been weaponized, who has been charged in court so far? Not DP Ruto, not Senator Murkomen, but people like Henry Rotich. Who is Henry Rotich? Anyway, I'm sure you take my drift. This is actually what happens the world over. The big boys fight, and both of them are very vicious, very strong. And then somewhere along the way, they come to the realization that there's no way one can go down without going down with the other. And survival instincts kick in very quickly. And yes, they're still enemies, but they sit down and discuss and decide. And they choose a fall guy. And the whole story ends there, with a small guy suffering, or a few small guys suffering the consequences. The elephants remain. And in the most current case of Team Tanga versus Team Keleweke, unless God Almighty intervenes and does his own thing, which is very highly probable in this case, overturn. If things continue to go the way they're going, that is exactly where we're going to end up. Because in case you didn't know, both sides have secrets about the other side that can never be made public. And that was the main subject of my last weekly intelligence briefings. Some of those terrible secrets. And by the way, my foot through the door offer has been extended. But it can end at any time. So take full advantage. Act quickly. And get your foot through the door. And get hold of not only this highly sensitive WIB on some of these secrets I'm talking about, but also the past sensitive videos. As well as over 50 Club 1999 videos. Details on your screens right now. So, when each side has secrets on the other side, secrets that can finish the other side, and the other side also has the same, how honestly do you think this will end? And of course that brings up the obvious question. Why fight when you know that this battle will not end with a winner? Actually, the way wars start and the way battles start is by one side greatly underestimating the enemy. Take your mind back to your primary school days and the fights that took place behind the classroom or something like that. In a vast majority of the cases, both boys ended up with a bloody nose and with more respect for each other. My apologies for busting your bubble, lakini kunaendanga hivyo. Until next time, this is Chris. Kumekucha.